Hello everybody. So today is the 27th of November and about a month ago I made this video called ITP is a Ponzi and it's crashed. So I didn't think it would take a couple of weeks for it to crash, but it has, and I think that is something that was always going to happen. It was a Ponzi from the get-go. It was so obviously a Ponzi, so obviously a scam, and part of me still doesn't understand how people fall for it. But this is where we are at now. It's crashed. People are unable to take their money out at all, and that's pretty much game over. You know, when you can't take your money out, there's nothing you can do. Some people are currently still in the denial phase and are putting money in, but you can't take it out, and it's over, it's done. If you look at some YouTubers, you've got Charlie Will this year. He's deleted all his videos. Literally, you know, he was such a big fan of ITP, right? Deleted all his videos. Gone, finished. Interesting that people were falling for this scam, but what can you say? What can you do? I did try and warn people. When I did try and warn people, I got idiots, sorry to say idiots, in the comments talking about, you know, trading is a risk and this, that, the other. You know, there was a guy down here, look, don't listen to him, I've got no idea what I'm talking about, 2 weeks ago. Well, I hope you took your money out, because otherwise you've lost out. It is a shame. Obviously, I don't want people to lose their money, which is why I tell people when bullshit's bullshit, right? You've got to know that stuff like this is bullshit. Money doesn't come easy. 2.8% or 4% or whatever it is daily is impossible unless you're working for it and you're actually doing something active. Pressing a button isn't going to make you rich. It's not going to give you thousands of percents returns. It's just not going to happen. There are people who are, you know, talkers, you know, who have spoke about ITP and they've made it a big part of who they are, and they've made a lot of money on it. And that's wrong. They are part of the scam. Now, I think most of these people who are, you know, the faces of it, people like, you know, you've got Mr. Mac, right? Mr. Mac, the toilet paper salesman. So you've got people like him, you've got people like Mr. Billy, a few other idiots, right? They've made themselves sort of the faces of ITP, especially in the UK. They like to say that, oh, they're the team leaders. And then in this video, you know, this is the video on Thursday where they were talking about everything going wrong. You know, look at me smiling. He says, oh, I'm the team leader of ITP. And then further on down in the call, he says, I've got nothing to do with ITP. I'm not ITP. I'm just a guy. So people like this are the people who are responsible for, if you're watching this video, for you losing your money. Mr. Mac, he is the one who sold this idea to everyone, made it sound very good, and then now that it's collapsing, he's the first person to say, oh, you're greedy, you're doing this, and he's playing the victim card. It's very important to understand that someone like this guy is not the victim, right? He's perpetuated this myth that you can make money on ITP. He's gone along with it, and he himself would have made a lot of money from the commissions, and he won't be down from this. Whether or not he was a part of the actual, you know, scam itself, no one can say for certain, but he definitely would have made off like a bandit, and he's out here now acting like he's all innocent. That's not the case. If there's anyone you should be blaming, it's people like him. So yeah, I think that's something really interesting that's happened. I can't believe people are still falling for this sort of stuff in 2023. Crypto and DeFi, it's a mess. It's a gamble. It is 99% a scam. You can make money on it, but it is not an investment. I think that's the main thing to tell everyone. It's not an investment in any way, shape or form. You can have fun on it. You know, I have fun on it. I invested in rugs and done, you know, NFTs and loads of other things throughout the years. And I've never really looked at it from an investment. I've got my investments and I've got my fun, which might go to the moon or it might collapse. But a lot of people I've seen on TikTok especially, they've got posting in the comments saying that they've put a lot of money into it. And unfortunately, for most people, it's going to be a very expensive lesson. Such is life. Some people have to watch other people lose money, and some people have to lose it themselves to learn the lesson. In the future, take what you've learned from this and understand that money doesn't come easy. There's other people as well who've been talking about ITP. You've got Mark on crypto. He was like a big guy about it. I think he feels a bit, apologetic about it. But again, I don't have any sympathy for people like you. You have perpetuated this thing, which is blatantly, obviously a scam. You've told people about it and you've not warned them it's a scam from the beginning. You can have a little cute disclaimer at the beginning about how, it's not financial advice or whatever. It is a scam. If you don't end every sentence about ITP or other bullshit Ponzi's with "it is a scam," you're part of the problem. You've got your own little groups and you set up and you try and make it out like, oh, no one's forcing you to do anything, but here's what I'm doing. You're giving money to scammers. Yeah, you're a part of it. There's no ifs or buts about it. You're a part of it. You might not have made any money on it yourself, but that 23,000 that you put in came from affiliates. Eventually you would have pulled some out. So you would have took money from a scam. So yeah, I got no sympathy for most people in this situation who, ITP has pulled the rug. It was blatantly obvious from the beginning it was a scam, and I think in the future everyone should take this as a lesson. There's some good information out there about stuff like this. We've got here Binance stuff. This guy, it tells it how it is, Listen to people like this. Listen to people like me, I won't get everything right, but I'll tell you bullshit from a mile away. He's been talking about ITP, how it's been a rug, and it's really been informative. So for every idiot, for every, person with a deleted account now, there's people out there who know what they're talking about, who've got common sense. So listen to the voices of reason. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. There's so many other scams, MLMs, Ponzi's out there. I remember the first time I got invited to an ACN meeting, thought the guy was some, big time businessman, turned out to be an idiot. So I always find it disappointing when people I know in real life invest in stuff like this. It does, destroy my opinion of them a little bit because, especially if I thought that they were smart beforehand and then they invest in something stupid, it makes you think that they're stupid, which is a shame. But you have to learn your lesson, right? So a lot of the people I know who've invested in this in the future will probably be a bit more on the ball and realize the hard way that money doesn't come easy. If you're watching this, take that from this video. Money doesn't come easy. ITP was a fraud. It was a scam. The toilet paper salesman got you, but it is what it is. Move on from it. Don't cry too much about it now. The money's never going to come back. You're never going to see it. He probably won't even get in trouble, which is a funny thing. Neither will Mr. Billy or whoever else, and they might just skip along and go on to the next one. There were talks about a similar scam being performed this time last year that pulled the rug, which was, I can't remember the name of it specifically, but there was a scam last year and there was a lot of similarities. These things are common. The people who've made this scam, they've made a lot of money on it and they're going to try it again in a different way, shape or form because it's easy. They would have made millions on it. So yeah, Mr. Mac, there are some things that he's done which are incredibly immoral and very wrong. There was an event in Leicester last week where he held a big event, got loads of people in just before everything collapsed. So there would have been people who would have put their money in within the last week and didn't even get a chance to take their money out. And now he's accusing people of being greedy. Well, you were the one hosting these events. You were the one trying to sell people on ITP. And now that, the thing that was 100% a scam from the beginning has collapsed, you're annoyed that people are angry at you. Well, you got no right to be. You should put your hands up. You should say, every penny I've made from this, I'm going to give it back to the people and do what you can. But you won't. Now it's suddenly, I've done this. I've not forced you to do anything. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it is with people like this. And there was hundreds of people in this Zoom call and, these team leaders, they're going to gaslight you and make it think it was your fault. No, it was them. But unfortunately, that's the way these things go. The people at the top, they do still make their money and they get away with it. And it's people like you who suffer. So keep this in mind for next time, guys. I think I'm going to end it here. But yeah, interesting stuff. Don't fall for any more Ponzi's. I don't want to have to keep making videos about Ponzi's. But yeah, see you all later. If you enjoyed the video, hit subscribe. I will have some more videos coming out. A bunch of everything at the moment. So yeah, catch you all next time.